It was a quiet night in Venice, California, December 19th, 1991. The silence. A man ran barefoot into the darkness, terrified, bleeding, running for his life. Inside the house, another man lay on the floor. "30 years old, gone." But to understand this moment, you have to go back, way back. A boy named Dennis Cole was born into a broken home. His father was talented, a musician, but he was also lost, drinking, struggling, and eventually he left. And when Dennis was just a teenager, his father took his own life. That moment changed everything. Dennis made a silent promise to himself. He would never be weak. He would never fall apart. And most of all, he would never cry. As he grew up, Dennis became everything people noticed. Tall, handsome, confident. The kind of guy who walks into a room and everyone looks. But behind that face, there was always something missing, something broken. At just 20 years old, he became a father. His son's name was Joe, and Dennis made another promise. "I'll be different. I'll stay." Then came Hollywood. Bright lights, fame, success. Dennis landed a lead role in the Felony Squad, and just like that, he became a star. People loved him. Fans followed him. The cameras never stopped. But neither did something else. The drinking. At first, it was just social. Just a few drinks. Nothing serious. Or at least, that's what he told himself. Years passed. His career continued. He met actress Jacqueline Smith. They fell in love. They got married. From the outside, it looked perfect. But inside, things were slowly breaking. His career wasn't the same anymore. Her fame grew bigger, and the drinking got worse. Eventually, the marriage ended. But one thing still mattered to Dennis: his son, Joe. Joe had grown up differently. He wasn't into Hollywood. He was part of the underground music scene, real, raw, honest. He worked with bands, wrote, lived life his own way, and Dennis was proud of him. Then came that night, December 19th, 1991. Joe opened the door, and everything changed. 3 men, a robbery, a gun, and within seconds, Joe Cole was gone. Dennis got the call at 2 a.m. No father should ever get that call. And in that moment, something inside him broke forever. After that, his life was never the same. He refused to act in violent roles. He spoke out against violence. He stood in rooms telling people his son's name over and over again, because that's all he had left. But grief is heavy, and when you don't let it out, it stays inside. Dennis never learned how to deal with it, so he did the only thing he knew. He drank. Years passed. His career faded. His relationships faded. His life became quieter, smaller, until finally, in 2009, Dennis Cole died alone in a hospital room. He was 69. The men who killed his son were never found. The case remains unsolved. And somewhere in that story is a simple, painful truth. A man who tried to escape his past ended up living it. And a promise he made as a boy, "I'll never break," was the very thing that slowly destroyed him. Some stories don't end with answers. They just stay with you.
In the golden age of television, one face stood out: Dennis Cole. But before the fame, before the cameras, he was just a normal kid. Dennis Cole was born in 1940 in the United States. Like many young boys of his time, he grew up with simple dreams, but somewhere inside, he wanted something bigger. His childhood wasn't filled with luxury or spotlight. It was ordinary, quiet, and far away from Hollywood. As he grew older, that quiet life began to change. He stepped into acting, slowly building his career from small roles. No shortcuts, no overnight success, just hard work and patience. Then came the 1960s and 70s. This was his moment. Dennis Cole became a familiar face on television. He appeared in popular crime shows and dramas, and people started to recognize him everywhere. He had the charm, the confidence, and that screen presence that made him stand out. For a while, everything was going right. But fame doesn't always last forever. Over time, his roles started to slow down. The spotlight faded, and new faces took over the industry. Just like that, a star who once shined bright began to disappear. Now, what about his family? Dennis Cole was married more than once. One of his most well-known relationships was with actress Jacqueline Smith. But like many Hollywood relationships, it didn't last forever. He also had children, but unlike his on-screen life, he kept his family life mostly private. They stayed away from the spotlight, choosing a quieter path. And today, his family still lives their lives away from fame. No big media attention, no constant headlines. Dennis Cole himself passed away in 2009, but his story remains as a reminder that fame can rise fast and fade just as quickly. From a simple childhood to television fame, and then silence. A name once known, now almost forgotten.